All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rachal Kodash. I want to give double honors to my apostles and elders, great millstone, who teach very well while I learned this truth from, and salutation out there to the hopeful elect, who continue to push this word in our true faith and sincerity. And also shalom to the many children who sincerely believe upon the words of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. And today just basically getting on us coming back towards our true power, man. Us coming back towards Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, because in Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai is safety, man. That's why you go into Psalms, the 91st chapter. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty, man. And this what you should be seeking right now, man. You should not be seeking the ways of Esau or the protection of Esau. You should be seeking the protection of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, man. Because this protection, this word, is going to actually save your life. Let's start right here in Zephaniah 2 and verse 1. It says, gather yourselves together. Yeah, gather together, O nation, not desired. Now, who is that nation that's not desired that's getting gathered together? That nation that's not desired that's getting gathered together is what? The nation of Israel, the elect at that, man. Because number one, Israel is a nation not desired because number one, nobody want Jake around for the lack of battlers. Even their own people, our own people hate us, man. But hey, it's a miracle that the Lord have woke up particular spirits throughout the planet Earth that agree on one doctrine, man. Because that's why we all here. Everybody different. Brothers got different styles. Brothers from different states, they different, got brought up different ways. But at the same time, we all have something in common, and that's this word. That's how we're being gathered. Let's go ahead and get something to back that up before I jump back, man. Because it's not like we're getting gathered by our own means because, we just so deep like that. No, it's the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai while we have gotten this word, man. It's nothing, it ain't us. It's the Lord that's doing it, man. And that's why we're grateful that Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai have woke us up into this truth, man. And hopefully, Lord willing, we're chosen, man. You know? Let's get this real quick in Baruch 5 and verse 5. It says, arise, O Jerusalem, and stand on high. And again, we're raising up, man. Kwam Yasharala. The Lord, he's bringing us up from that low estate. Us thinking that we're niggas, us thinking that we're just some jigaboos and things like that. The Lord have woke us up and realized that when we realize that we're kings, man. Read this again. Arise, O Jerusalem, and stand on high, and look about towards the east, and behold, thy children gathered from the west unto the east. So the children are being gathered from the west into the east by the word of the Holy One. So it's this word that's gathering the people together, not any gimmicks. Not you did a bad verse. Your verse was so bad that it caused somebody to believe. No, man. It's the words of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai that bring in the elect, man. That bring in the nation of Israel, man. And that's the only thing that you need. Because for a lack of better words, you go into these different restaurants, especially if you go into like a nice steakhouse or a nice place. You can't ask for A1 sauce there, man. Because that A1 sauce, that's what they use to try to substitute the lack of flavor, man. But once you go to somebody who really know how to cook, they'll season the steak well, they'll do it right. And they'll say, they put on your table, you say, well, the A1 sauce, you say you don't need it. The steak is good enough. And that's the same thing with Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, man. This doctrine, this knowledge that's seasoned with meat, is not lacking anything, man. And that's why the Baptist church is losing, man, because people have realized their gimmicks, man. You go into these black movies, especially these comedy movies, they always gotta have a church scene, man, because that's the biggest joke upon the planet Earth, man. The biggest spell that they have been doing for centuries. But the water Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, he broke us up out of it, man. And how he broke us up out of it? By the word of the Holy One, It says, read it again, and behold, thy children gathered from the west unto the east by the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in the remembrance of the Most High. Yes, we're rejoicing in the remembrance of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai because we once fell away, man. We once fell away from our true power. Let's get this in the book of Amos. No, yeah, Hosea, Salakim. Let's get there in Hosea, man, because we fell away, but now we're returning back. Like it says, you fell away from the Lord, now you seek him 10 times more. Because we want to get on Yahweh Shemawashah's good side before all hell break loose. Hosea 6:1. Come and let us return unto the Lord, and that's by your remembrance. 2 Peter 3:1. I will stir up your pure mind by the way of remembrance. Come and let us return unto the Lord, for he hath torn and he will heal us. He hath smitten and he will bind us up. And that's it, man. Yahweh Shemawashah, he have brought us down into a lower state, but now he's raising us up into an exalted estate. And again, the beginning of that raising up is this word being taught unto us, man. Just going back, man. We're being gathered by the holy word of Yahweh Shemawashah. So let's go back to that Zephaniah and finish that off. Zephaniah 2 and verse 1 again. It says, gather yourselves together. Yeah, gather together, O nation, not desire. Yes, man. So again, we're getting gathered together by the word of the Holy One. We're getting gathered together by this doctrine, man. By no carnal means we're brought together, because again, brothers come from different lifestyles, brothers different ages. You know what I'm saying? Brothers is into different things, different music. But hey, we all have one thing in common, and that's Yahweh Shah, man. Let's go ahead and get something real quick, man. Because that's how we know that we are his, because we listen to his doctrine, man. You can't be one of Yahweh Shah's and you claiming something else, man. Yahweh Shah, for lack of a better word, say a clique. My clique don't do that. Yahweh Shah clique don't say Gentiles can be saved, man. Yahweh Shah elect don't say salvation for all nations, man. Hey, what Yahweh Shah elect do say is the MOTB is what? The RFID chip, man. And that's just not a great millstone thing. No, that's a Yahweh Shah thing, man. And that's how these people have to start looking at it, man. Because it's not of our own merits why we do this. No, it's the words of Yahweh Shah why we do this. Even when we do these videos, man. It's not like we got a script. We got a 3-page paper to make the video, 5. No, man. We going off the spirit. Even if we got precepts queued up, we still going off the spirit, man. And again, it's the spirit of Yahweh Shemawashah that's guiding us, man. That's guiding our tongue. That's why we do precept upon precept. Let's get this in St. John 10, and I'm going to start at verse St. John 10. And I'm going to start at verse 1. It says, verily, verily, I say unto you, he that entereth not by the door into the sheepfold, but climbeth up some other way, the same is a thief and a robber. Yes, man, because it's only one way towards the kingdom of heaven. St. John 14:6, I am the way, the path, and the truth. No man come unto the Father but by me, man. So you have to come decently in order when you come towards Yahweh Shai, man. You can't skip the line, and you can't jump through the window, man. Because hey, if I found you jumping in the window, it's going to be some serious problems. Verse 2. But he that entereth in by the door, entereth in through Yahweh Shai, through the order of Yahweh Shai, It says, to him that entereth in by the door is the shepherd of the sheep. And that's what the shepherd of the sheep is doing right now, is basically protecting the sheep from these different false doctrines, man. And again, once the sheep, once they in danger, and that shepherd called that name, for lack of better words, everybody start following, For lack of better words, a big crowd going that way, and everybody like, why he, for lack of better words, you see somebody running down the street. You say, why he running? Then they're like, let's check it out. That's the mind of sheep, man, and a docile mindset. So if a bad sheep, a goat come in and he lead them towards the slaughterhouse, guess what? If the shepherd don't say, hey, go this way, or the shepherd say, hey, there go a wolf. What it called, the German shepherds bark and give the warning. Guess what? Those sheep are going to be left out there for the taking, man. But if the sheep are listening to the word of the shepherd, if the sheep continue to hearken unto his protector, then for the lack of better words, he's going to be saved, man. Let's continue on, though. It says, to him the portal openeth, and the sheep heareth his voice, and he calleth his own sheep by name and leadeth them out. And again, that's what Yahweh Shai do, man. Because Yahweh Shai, he is the porter. He is the one that open and close your mind to this truth. He's the one that give you the understanding of this doctrine, man. And for the lack of better words, if I call your name and you don't know it, you as good as dead, man.
If I say Jimmy, you know, but you think your name is John, then guess what? When I say to get out the street, you're gonna get hit, man. But again, it says the sheep know his name. We know Yahweh's voice, man. Read this again. It says, and when he putteth forth his own sheep, he goeth by them, and the sheep follow him, for they know his voice. So we know when Yahweh calls for the lack of better words. When you first heard this truth, man, it was a wonderful moment in your life, whether you was in a low point of your life. Soon as you heard this truth, it was a wonderful moment in your life, man. It was something to it. And that's the same thing when a shepherd call his sheep, man. It's a Ed, and the sheep, they turn their head real quick. You know what I'm saying? He do the little call, and the sheep started walking towards that way. And that's what we did once we heard this word, man. Once we heard this doctrine, heard the things we need to do to get on Yahweh Shemashah's good side, what we did, we started walking upon that path of redemption, man. You know, hoping to be saved. Let's continue on, though. It says, verse 6, and a stranger will they not follow, but will flee from him, for they know not the voice of strangers. And again, the voice of strangers is these other doctrines, man. The doctrines that salvation for everybody, the doctrines that the missiles are not going to hit, the doctrine that there is not going to be no miracles. That's the voice of strangers, man. But guess what? The voice of the shepherd shall prevail. The voice of the shepherd is only to the elect, man. Because these different stumbling blocks that these other camps are showing, even amongst their own congregation, these different stumbling blocks, guess what? The elect will jump over it, man. And they will continue to walk upon that path of redemption. And even if they do fall, a just man falls 7 times, but get back up again, man. Because they know what they're into, man. But again, just going back, the voice of strangers is talking about these different other doctrines that these other camps push forth, man. Once those doctrines don't gather the sheep, they scatter it abroad, man. Because if I say, you know, basically it's going to cause confusion. That's why the scripture say, how can two walk together unless they be agreed, man? If I say you Gentiles can't be saved and you say they can, then guess what? That causes confusion, man. But again, the voice of Yahweh will stand the test of time. At the end of the day, we're going to find out who's right. And through the Spirit, we have a sure word of prophecy, man. We know. You know, we know that the MOTB is the C to the H to the I to the P, man. So let's go ahead and go back to this Zephaniah, the 2nd chapter. Going back to Zephaniah 2 and verse 1 again. Gather yourselves together. Yeah, gather together, O nation, not desire. And again, we're gathering together, man. We're coming back and returning to our power, returning into our shepherd, returning into Yahweh, man, into that safe point. Why? Before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the chaff, before the fierce of the anger of the Lord come upon you, before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you. And right there, man, we're trying to get right with Yahweh Shai before all hell break loose, man. You know, because guess what? That's why I say seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Because guess what? When the Lord get his number changed for the lack of battle words, you're going to be left out there, man. If you didn't get that extension, you know? Because the Lord, he's not a power of, yeah, I did this, I did that. No, the Lord is a power. What have you done for me recently, man? In the Lord, you can never go far enough. Worship Yahweh Shai, man. Praising his name, man. Continuing on in verse 3. Seek ye the Lord, all ye meek of the earth, which hath wrought his judgments. Seek righteousness, and us seeking righteousness and seeking meekness is seeking Yahweh Shai, seeking his word, man. Seeking this doctrine, man. Because this doctrine actually reframes your mind state, man. It reframes you. It makes you a new man. You know what Apostle Paul said? When I was a child, I spake as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. How we became a man? Through this word, man. Through this truth. Continuing on them. It says, seek righteousness, seek meekness. It may be ye shall be hid in the day of the Lord's anger. And how we're going to be hid? We're going to be under that shadow of the Almighty, man. And ultimately, the reason why we're under that shadow, because we hearkened unto the warning. We heard that sound. We heard that alarm. Because again, once the German shepherd see that wolf coming, they start barking. You know, they start gathering the sheep in one area, start defending the sheep, started, stand their ground towards the sheep. while the sheep stand back. They scared for their life, man. And they actually dependent upon that German shepherd to defend them, man. Or that shepherd to defend them, man. You know? Because when the wolves come and all hell break loose, they don't have the means to defend themselves, man. But they hearkened to the word. They heard that bark. And they got into that crowd of sheep together, got behind the shepherd, get somewhere safe. Well, behind me. You got behind the shepherd, and the shepherd is going to defend us. So that's the point that we at in the movie, man. So I want to say, Kal Halayim La Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Bahashem Rakakwadash Shalom DTA, and the Baba Bao.